Good day, my name is Chin Ian from Diploma in IT ODL. My group mates and I will be presenting a case study of Geneva Gold Scam for Integrity and Anti-Corruption, MPU 2373. Next slide. So this will be the content of our presentation overview of Geneva Malaysia Gold Scam, the breakdown of offences, impact on individuals, impact on organizations, lessons learned, and the references. Next slide. The overview of Geneva, Malaysia gold scam. So basically, this is a gold scam that promised a large and consistent returns with a buyback plan. It is marketed through roadshows and agent networks, primarily targeting Muslim clients. BNM or Bank Negara Malaysia, in short, raided the premises in 2012 for suspected money laundering and unlawful deposit taking. Next slide. So how did Geneva Gold Scam grew and how it worked? The company gave an impression that the model was based on the Sharia principle of alibi. The impression is that it's a lawful trade, a deliberate marketing strategy. And GMSB had the opportunity to sell their gold bars for a premium that was around 25 to 30% higher than the usual market price. They also give their clients a monthly return of 2 to 3%, or called as HIBA, and they also had the option to keep the purchase go or sell it back to the company at the same price as they were initially bought. BNM or Bank Negara Malaysia has been keeping a close eye on Geneva Malaysia and its sister company Geneva Senyum Berhad for some time due to their suspicious business practices. Next slide. Bank Negara Malaysia began its formal investigation after customers lodged police reports, most probably after they didn't receive their gold assets or their promised HIBA returns. And upon investigation, when they raided their premises, they found out that the company was running with liabilities 10 times greater than its assets or resources, a position that arose due to its unsustainable structure of its business model. Next slide. So the collapse of the Geneva gold scam began when authorities swept premises, froze accounts, and seized possessions related to the operation. The authorities found 99.8 million cash and 126 kg worth of gold. 8,000 customers have already paid for the gold, but they did not receive their gold bars that amounted to 4,000 kg. So the amount of gold stacked and the total amount money held by Geneva were way below the value of gold bought and have not been given to the respective buyers at that time. So the scale of the exposure was highlighted at that time because there were reported of total deposits that reached billions of ringgit and the number of investors in the tens of thousands. Next slide. Next. So the prosecutors actually centered their attention on the company directors, advisors, and senior managers, basically the top people of the company. And Geneva, Malaysian Senyum Berhad was formed in 2002. It is said to be Sharia compliant. Ahmad Khairuddin was one of the company's Malay Muslim directors, and Geneva Senyum Berhad was established in 2007 and served customers in the conventional market. So there's dual companies. The two companies had the same shareholders, and they are Datuk Marcus Yee and also Datuk Ng. Next slide. So the breakdown of offences and conviction. The prosecutor actually went for illegal deposit taking and also for money laundering. So there are two charges against this dual company because they disguise deposit taking scheme under the pretense of gold trading, and the HIBA payments and no guarantee buybacks contract clause, even after an assured repurchase later, is at an original purchase price, is the basically typical features of deposit taking activities, illegal deposit taking activities. And they also did not possess a valid license as required by the Banking and Financial Institution Act. The income came from unlawful activities, especially illegal deposit taking, and the accused That means all the directors and the people in charge of the company are aware of the whole scheme. Next slide. So the court found that Geneva's transactions were not ordinary transactions. The gold was sold and repurchased at the same price. Geneva had no actual profit from trading, unlike all the other companies, and it was basically an illegal deposit taking scheme. They have enough evidence to charge under Section 4, bracket 1 of an Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Act. Ahmad Khairuddin was the sixth accused. He was also liable person in this whole gold scheme because he is supposed to basically be responsible since he's the legal obligation. He has a legal obligation to the company's compliance to the laws. Next slide. The outcome of the court convictions. So Geneva, Malaysia, along with 8 persons, the company's former directors, general managers, advisors, and related companies by the names of Success, Aptitude, and Earn Advantage were convicted under the Section 25, bracket 1 of the Banking and Financial Institution Act, and also Section 4, bracket 1 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. So the 2 criminal charges has been filed against the group. Next slide. So this is the High Court's final decision. Previously, the Sessions Court actually acquitted them of all the charges, but the High Court nullified the earlier acquittal and accused the individuals for both accepting illegal deposits without proper license and getting involved in money laundering. So Judicial Commissioner Dato' Ahmad Syarif Muhammad Saleh wrote that the Sessions Court had made a mistake and also had failed to properly evaluate the evidence. Upon hearing all the mitigation pleas, the proceedings ended, and these are the sentences in detail by the High Court according to Bank Negara Malaysia. Next slide. So all the guilty parties were imposed with huge fines and prison sentences, and the sentences for the Banking and Financial Institution Act offences were run concurrently, while those with the BAFIA and the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Funding Act offences were instructed to run consecutively. Next slide. So these are all the fines and the prison sentences imposed on the relevant people. Next slide. These are all the other people involved and the company. Success, Aptitude, and Earn Advantage. Next slide. The companies also were found to be involved in other additional suspected wrongdoings, such as tax evasions and avoidance. They are also guilty of false reporting and also selecting agents without proper license and not submitting the required documents to the relevant authorities. So now I'd like to pass the time to Irene.
Hi everyone, my name is Irene, and today I will be talking about the impact of individual from Geneva, Malaysia case. And this case happened in 2012 when a gold buyback company suddenly collapsed and caused big losses to investors. Around 35K people lose their saving and retirement money. The company owned over 1.4 billion, but only had about 111 million in assets, so it couldn't pay everyone back. In Sarawak, there are 232 investors managed to get back 37 million through the court. And many people were very sad, angry, and disappointed after losing their money. And some even felt guilty, especially those who asked their friends and or family to invest. It wasn't just about losing money, it also hurt their confidence and trust in financial system. Next, let us look at how this case affected families and society. When Geneva collapsed, it caused argument and blame among family and friends. Some people lose relationship because they feel cheated or blame each other for joining the scheme. After that, many Malaysians lose trust in gold investment and even Sharia compliance schemes because they no longer believe such investment were safe. It also reduced public trust in the financial system, since the company had been running for years before being stopped. From this, people learn to be more careful, to always check with Bank Negara Malaysia or other authorities before investing in any company. That's all for me, and I'll pass it to Vincent.
Thank you, Irene. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vincent. I'll be presenting on the impact of the Geneva Malaysia case on organizations. The collapse of this scheme didn't just affect investors, it also had serious consequences for many organizations in Malaysia. First, the scandal caused a major loss of public investor trust. Thousands of Malaysians lost their savings and many became skeptical of similar gold or investment schemes. Next slide. After the case, regulators tightened controls on financial and gold trading businesses. Company had to improve compliances, such as record keeping, customer verification, and reporting, which increased their operational costs. Next slide. Geneva itself faced huge financial losses, over 450 million in fines and lawsuits worth 146 million. Other partners related to the business also suffered because of legal costs and loss of investor confidence. Next slide. Next slide. The scandal damaged the reputation of the entire gold investment industry. Even companies not involved in the scam were affected, as people began associating all gold scheme with fraud. Next slide. The case also revealed weaknesses in Malaysia financial institutions and enforcement system. It showed delays in action, poor coordination among agencies, which later led to reforms and stronger anti-corruption measures. Organizations had to rethink their business model. The popular buyback and guarantee return schemes were no longer acceptable, and companies had to adopt more transparent and ethical ways of doing businesses. Next slide. The market confidence took a hit. Bank and investor became more cautious, demanding stricter proof of compliances before working with companies in the gold or investment sectors. Finally, many organizations face higher costs for audits, investigations, and compliance training. They had to spend more to prevent future scandals and to prove their integrity to the public. Next slide. In summary, the Geneva Malaysia case taught organizations that integrity, transparency, and ethical governance are essential for long-term survival. It became a reminder that corruption or weak ethics can destroy not just a company, but an entire industry reputation. That's all for my part. I'll pass the next part to Limisin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. Okay, I'm Lim Today I'm going about what victims of the Geneva Gold scam still do in 2025. First, verify all possible claims. Victims should check court notice and follow the required details advice. Those who never received their goods or refund can still file claims under the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2001. If a deadline was met, they should seek legal advice. Also, have some cases are still ongoing now. Second, next. Okay. Then collaborates through group actions. The group lawsuits reduce legal costs and strengthens bargaining power. For example, the Sarawak groups recovered 37 million through coordination. Then track for future processing closely. For example, the Bank Negara's 93 million recovery shows the process can work, but victims must stay in touch with the lawyers to avoid the missing deadlines. Next. Then the scrutinize the required actions. The 2024 11.5 million withdrawal issue shows how important transparency is. Victims should ask for reports and questions and inconsistency and push of the independence oversight. Then also want to maintain realistic expectations. Full recover is unlikely. For example, the victims only receives a percent payments over service purchase. Next slide. Then finally, keep true documentations. The victims must save the receipts and contracts and email. These are vital for any future legal actions. Next slide. Now, why did so many trust Geneva? Is mainly physically. Gold seems safe and familiar, and the agents can through trust the friends and early investors really got their returns, which build strong social proof. Then marketing shows the real goes about and inspections giving false securities and greater returns attracts skiing stably. Then similar distinguished titles made it seem professional. People also ignore the red flags. Gold's price be changed, but Geneva promised fixed returns. That's all. I'll pass to my classmate Susan.
Okay, thank you, Ising. Hi everyone, my name is Lam Sukshen from Diploma Early Childhood Education. Now I will be wrapping up our presentation. In conclusion, the Geneva Gold Scam taught us a very important lesson. Even though it involved real gold, it was still a fraud. This case required Malaysia regulator to take quick action to investigate, freeze assets, and punish those involved. But it also showed that there are still loopholes in the system. Authorities should make clear which bypass scheme need license and ensure client assets are properly protected. For those who are already victims, they should stay active with legal counsel and keep track of the case progress. For us as investors, the physical lesson is physical gold does not always mean safe investment. Before investing, always check the company license, verify the return, and don't believe in promises that sound too good to be true. And remember, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Start alert and invest wisely. Thank you for listening.